I never thought my own husband would humiliate me in public. But he did. At my sister's wedding. In front of my parents, in front of my family, in front of people who had known me my entire life. And what hurt the most wasn't even what he said. It was the fact that everyone laughed. We had been married for 9 years. 9 years of building a life together, or at least that's what I believed. From the outside, we looked like a normal couple. No scandals, no dramatic fights, no obvious problems. But behind closed doors, something was slowly breaking me. Not with screams, not with fists, with words. My husband loved jokes. At first, they were harmless, or at least that's how I convinced myself. He joked about my job, about how much less I earned, about how sensitive I was. People laughed. And every time they did, I smiled with them. Because correcting him would have made things awkward. Because saying, "that hurt," would have ruined the mood. So I stayed quiet. Over time, the jokes changed. They became sharper, more personal. He joked about my body, about how I used to look better before. He joked about my opinions, about how I always overthink. And every time I tried to talk to him about it, he said the same thing. "You're too sensitive." So I learned to doubt myself. Maybe I was too sensitive. Maybe this was normal. Maybe this was just marriage. My sister's wedding was beautiful. She looked happy. Our parents were proud. The whole family was together. I remember standing next to my husband, hoping just once that he'd be kind. During dinner, people started giving speeches. Then my husband stood up. He took the microphone and smiled. "At least one good thing came out of this family," he said, pointing at my sister. People laughed. Then he looked at me. "And well, someone had to marry her first to teach the rest of us what not to do." The room exploded with laughter. I felt my face burn. I looked at my parents. They were frozen. I looked at my sister. Her smile disappeared. And my husband, he bowed. I didn't say anything. I stood up quietly and walked to the bathroom. I locked the door. And something strange happened. I didn't cry. For the first time in years, I felt calm, clear. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I finally saw it. This wasn't love. This wasn't humor. This wasn't just jokes. This was disrespect. And it had been happening for years, slowly, quietly. I remembered all the moments I ignored, all the times he embarrassed me and called it humor, all the times I stayed silent to keep the avoid conflict. And suddenly, everything made sense. That night after the wedding, I didn't argue. I didn't scream. I packed a small bag, and I left. The messages came quickly. "Where are you? You're overreacting. It was just a joke." I didn't reply. For the first time in years, I chose silence for myself. Weeks later, he tried to apologize, but not for what he did, for how people reacted. And that told me everything. Leaving wasn't easy, but staying would have been harder. I started remembering who I was before I learned to shrink. Love doesn't humiliate. Love doesn't disguise cruelty as humor. And respect is not optional. He thought he broke me, but he actually freed me, and I never looked back. If this story feels familiar to you, listen to that feeling. It's trying to save you.